So today we'll work on explicit enhancement options. So till now we observed like how to create customer exit and how to create implementation for baddie. So these should be provided by SAP, right? Customer exit or baddie should be provided by SAP. So inside the standard program so that we can just create the implementation, right? But in some cases we are not able to find a suitable customer exit or a baddie for the requirement, right? Even though there is a baddie available at the location, there might be no suitable interface method with the required importing parameters to pass the data, or we don't have suitable customer exit to implement that functionality. So if we don't have SAP provided options like customer exit and baddie to enhance a standard program, so what are all the other options we have? We can go with enhancement framework. Enhancement framework. So what does this enhancement framework contains? We have options to enhance the SAP standard logic with the help of enhancement framework. When we don't have suitable customer exits or suitable baddies available, so we can go for enhancement framework to achieve the functionality of the enhancement. So what are the options we have in enhancement framework? We have two types. So we have two types of enhancements in enhancement framework. They are which one? What is append structure, Prasanna? In enhancement framework, we have two
Custom.
types of enhancements. They are implicit enhancement, okay? Implicit enhancement and explicit enhancement. Okay? What is the second one?
Explicit enhancement.
Explicit enhancement.
Okay? Implicit enhancements and explicit enhancements. So where you can find implicit enhancements, where you can write or where you can enhance, where you can create implementation for implicit enhancements, or where you can find the place where you need to add the code. You cannot add anywhere. So if you go to the standard program, it won't allow you to add the custom code anywhere in the program. There should be some specific places, right? When you cannot find customer exit or when you cannot find a suitable baddie for the given requirement, first you have to check for implicit enhancements, right? Any place available, I can write my code, implement my logic. Okay, so you can apply these implicit enhancements in the programs, that means report programs or function modules, class methods. In any object you can implement this implicit enhancement options, or in the subroutines. Subroutines also you can create these implicit enhancement options to add your custom code. Where you can find the implicit enhancement options. You can find an implicit enhancement options at starting of the program or at the end of the program. Program in the sense report program. Start of the subroutine, end of the subroutine, and start of the class method, end of the class method.
So start of OF.
Okay. Start of the oh, insert. So where you can find implicit enhancement options at the starting of the program or at the end of the program, start of the subroutine or end of the subroutine, start of the class CLA, start of the class method or end of the class method. So you can create the implementations. Let's check how to find implicit enhancements. So first I'll show you how it will be displayed, okay, in the program. How can you identify that implicit enhancement options in the program where you can create the implementation with custom logic. Let's try finding our custom programs first. I'll show you in custom program. So there is one program here. Let's assume it's a standard program. Let's assume it's a standard program and you need to enhance some logic here. And you need to add some logic here, or you need to bypass, or you need to override some specific logic. Okay, how to find the implicit enhancement? That is usually in other in like in different theme, right? In SAP standard theme you can see some spiral button here, so it is not available here. So you have to use enhance. Click on enhance option. Now go to, or maybe edit, enhancement options. What you need to press? Show implicit options. Show implicit options. What is this?
End of the program.
So end of the program, you can find one implicit enhancement. This is the implicit enhancement option. These dotted lines, right? This is a implicit enhancement option. I'll show you one more time. How to find implicit enhancement? Open the program.
Okay.
What you need to
Program.
identify here? What is the place you need to implement that logic? How to find the implicit enhancement options? Go to edit, enhancement operations, show implicit enhancement. So this is the place where you can create the implementation and you can add your additional logic. Okay, clear? It is same with standard program. Okay, now observe this, how to create the implementation. So this is the place where it is allowing to create the implementation. But how to create the implementation? For that, what you need to do? Go to program and click on enhance, or you can see some spiral button here. In this GUI theme, that spiral button is not available. but you can see that spiral button shortcut here. Okay, so go to enhance. Okay, go to enhance. Now you can see this, right? Now the code will be displayed like this. When you click on the enhance button, now right click on this explicit enhancement. Sorry, right click on the implicit enhancement, and what you need to do, go to enhancement operations. What you need to do here, create implementation. Please observe the navigation carefully and provide the enhancement name. Z, I'll take naming conventions like it is implicit enhancement, right? Z, IE, I'll take like this. ZIE means it's an implicit enhancement. Provide the short text. Composite implementation, you can ignore this. Now click on continue. So select the package, in which package you want to save, and click on save. For now I am saving it in the local object, but in the projects you should select the proper package. Now observe this, it is inactive. Initially it is inactive. Now in between the enhancement and end enhancement, you can implement your custom logic. Okay, for example, I wanted to add some custom logic. What is this? What is the input or whatever the logic? And you can enhance it. You can enhance the additional code, or if you want to overwrite any of these functionalities which are executing before the enhancement, you can overwrite those functionalities here. Okay, just copy this. I don't know why I am using IT and selecting single. It should be work area. Yeah, naming convention is wrong. I'll take LT, local table. I'll just change the name. Now I've completed adding my custom logic. Okay, what we need to do now? We need to activate this enhancement. Is this active? Is this enhancement active?
No, sir,
No.
inactive.
We have to activate this enhancement. How to activate? This one. Activate enhancement. Already declared. IT underscore VBAP is already declared. Am I using same? Okay, I'll change it to LT. Activate the enhancement. Now it is active version. Enhancement is in active version. So let's assume this as a standard program. Okay, now execute the program. Select some material number. important thing is we should have we, there is no records for this material. uh, it is from VBAP, right? It is the additional logic what we have used, select up to 10 rows, right? We are not using any where condition. So this is executing from our explicit enhancement, sorry, implicit enhancement logic, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you want to debug, keep a breakpoint here in explicit and sorry, why I'm calling it as explicit, implicit enhancement. So this is the first output displaying through the standard code. I'm closing this. Next, our implicit enhancement logic should trigger. So this is our implicit enhancement logic. Okay. Now you know how to find the implicit enhancement and how to apply the logic, right? Shall we apply it on the standard program? Now we'll go to our standard code MM01 or any standard transaction code you wanted to display. MM01, or I'll display MM02. I'll go to MM02 and enter some material. So here I wanted to add some implicit enhancement option. I wanted to add some custom logic, but I cannot find any customer exit or baddie suitable for that for that requirement. Now what we need to do? First we need to go to the program and find what is the suitable place, what is the suitable logic that we need to add our implicit enhancement. There are a lot of includes, right? The difficult thing is, what is the difficult thing here? Identifying the include where I need to create my implicit enhancement option. For that, you may need to debug all these custom code, sorry, all this standard code to identify what is the suitable position where I need to create my implicit enhancement option. Is this include or any other include? Okay. So within the includes, you can find hundreds of includes. That's how standard programs work. Okay, if you are very good in debugging, you can easily identify what is the place I have to add that custom logic. Because if you take customer exits and baddies, SAP has already predefined somewhere in between these includes wherever it is required, depends on the functionality, and we just need to go and create the implementation so that our custom code will automatically execute along with that standard code, right? The challenging part is finding exact place where you need to create our implicit enhancement option. But how to find the implicit enhancement option in the standard program? For example, we are in the main program. How to find? Go to, no, sorry, not go to, edit, enhancement operations, show implicit enhancement. It's not at the beginning. Let's go and find at the end. Huh. If you observe this, one option is at the end of the program, right? You can create the implementation here, and where else? Within the enhancements, I'll explain what are these enhancement points. This comes under explicit enhancement options. So here also you can find implicit enhancements. Let's go to one include program. Let's go inside one include program. Inside the include program, we have a subroutine, form and end form, right? We have a lot of subroutines here, two subroutines here. Let's let's go and find the implicit enhancement options available here. Show implicit enhancements, where you are able to find one option is at the end of the program. One implicit enhancement option is at the end of the program. You can create the implementation or observe the subroutines. One is at the beginning and one is at the end. Okay. So one option is at the beginning and one option is at the end. For the other subroutine, also one implicit enhancement is at the beginning and one implicit enhancement option is at the end. You can create your own implementation, but you have to observe this logic and the functionality, right? If you want to provide any additional input to this logic, where you need to implement, beginning or at the end. If you want to execute any logic before the standard logic, implement at the beginning. Or if you want to overwrite this, you don't want this logic to be executed, but it will execute anyway, it will execute. And if you want to override these values, whatever the value is generating here, if you want to override that functionality, you can implement at the end. Okay. If you want to replace this functionality, then you can replace here. You can clear the values or you can use new functionality here. Okay. Clear? Now there is a standard function module. Double click on this. Just observe. So now find the implicit enhancement options in the standard function module. Edit, enhancement operations, show implicit enhancement operation. Where you can find here, at the beginning of the function module, we have one implicit enhancement option. And at the end of the function module, we have another implicit enhancement options. You can just create implementation here. Right click on this and create the implementation. Okay. Depends on your requirement. You can write any logic except commit work. Okay. Don't use commit work in the enhancements because it will complete the logical unit of work and commit all the changes to the database even without completing the standard transaction code. Okay. So the database commit should happen only when all the uh, transaction code is executed successfully and everything is successful. Is everyone clear about finding implicit enhancements and implementing the implicit enhancements? Only difficult thing here is you have to identify the place where you need to implement the implicit enhancement. Okay. For that you should understand the standard program. Okay. So let's create one implicit enhancement. So I may not be using any relevant or proper functionality, but I can show you some example. Now we are in the main program, right? So this is what is this? Yeah, this is MM01, MM02 program. Now let's create the enhancement. We have one implicit enhancement option at the end. Let's try this. Go to program, enhance. I wanted to display some message after completing the transaction code MM02. So I'm in enhance now. You can see these options. So I'm going to create implementation at the end. So okay. So everything got executed. I want to display some message. Right click on this. Go to enhancement operations. Create implementation. So once we are familiar, right? Once you guys are familiar with the navigations, in the further sessions, I'll show you some real-time examples like scenarios, right? Before that, you should be familiar with these options. So create enhancement implementation. So we don't have any relevant one here. Create one. So there are some standard implementations. There are some standard enhancements already created, but these are not relevant for us. Create one, create new implementation, and then provide the name ZIE underscore. Provide the short description. Click on continue. So when you are implementing these implicit enhancements, right? So please implement some executable statements. Otherwise, we cannot execute the standard transaction code. It will throw short dumps. Okay. Select your enhancement and click on continue. Now you can write your code here. I'll just implement some message here. This program might execute for MM03 also. I'll use a condition like this. If sy hyphen, is it sy hyphen t code? What is the system variable for transaction code? Then raise this message. I'm not sure is this system variable available. Click on save. SYT code is available. So it will capture the current transaction code. So my implementation is completed. Next, what we need to do? Activate the enhancement. So what it is saying? Statement is not accessible. I guess there are subroutine definitions here in this includes. So we are implementing this after the subroutines. So executable statements cannot execute, cannot work after the subroutines, right? So that's why it is not working. So let's remove it here, and we'll place somewhere else. How to delete the enhancement? Right click on it, enhancement operations, undo implementation. How to delete? How to delete the enhancement, implicit enhancement? Undo implementation. Your implementation got deleted. Okay. Let's try implementing somewhere here. Let's implement here. Go to enhance, right click on it, enhancement operations, create implementation. So you can see some spiral button here, right? You can see here in the menu options. That is enhance button. Check. Okay. Activate the enhancement. Statement is not accessible. Which statement? So this statement is not accessible here. So here also it is not accepting. I'll undo the implementation. I'll undo the implementation and come back. So what I'll do, I'll debug the standard code first. Before going to implement this, I'll debug the standard code. To debug the standard code, what we need to do? Just open mm02 and I'll click on /h and I'll execute /h to trigger the debugging. Now click on enter. So debugging is switched on. When I executed /h, now click on enter. Now it will take you through all the standard code which is executing for this standard program. So this is the program. Where are we? In which include we are in? F5. So basic data is displayed. Click on continue. So I'll try adding my implementation here at what is the program? This one, LGMMI31. I'll try to add my code here. So I'm going to implement that here. Activate the enhancement. No, here also the statement is not accessible. Which statement? Okay, message statement is not accessible. Let's try any other. Let's try write statement. I don't think it will accept. Okay, it is not accepting so we have to find the proper place to add this functionality. Okay, I'll come up with one example, but you guys understood, right? How to create the implementation and how to delete the implementation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have to debug your standard code and you should be able to find the exact place where you need to implement the standard logic. Okay, and if you want to delete this, go to enhancement operations and undo implementation. Okay, it will be
Yes, sir.
deleted. So that's about implicit enhancement. It is same. It is same in any program or any functionality. Or so we'll do one thing. We'll create one implicit enhancement in the standard class method. Go to our program. What is that? PO data report, right? Go to the standard method display. Let's enhance something here. So this is method to display the output, right? Sample output. Let's try to add some implicit enhancement option here. Edit. Go to show implicit enhancement, so it should display all the available enhancement options here. Now let's implement here. Click on enhance. Now we are adding implicit enhancement to standard class method, that is display method. Okay, right click on this, create the implementation, code. So we are declaration in the sense for data declarations like variables, work areas, but I want to implement code here. Click on code, create the new implementation. These are all existing implementations created by some others. Create the implementation, select your implementation and click on continue, and write some logic here. And activate the implementation. I should select only our implementation, but looks like I've selected both. Yeah, our implementation is active. Our implementation is active. Now let's try executing the program. Go to our program. So it should execute our custom logic should execute along with the CL demo output method, right? I'll keep a breakpoint here. Now execute it. So when you need to enhance any standard function modules or class methods, right? If you know the logic where you need to implement, you can just create the implicit enhancement. Where at CLDemo output, click on F5. This is our implicit enhancement, right? Executing along with the standard method. Okay, clear? Now wherever you call this CLDemo output method, right? Your enhancement will execute. Whoever is calling in any program, in any logic, wherever you are calling this CLDemo output method, your custom logic will execute along with that standard logic. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
To delete this, go to, sorry, right click on this, enhancement operations. For that, first you need to click on enhance option to modify this. Right click on this, enhancement operations, undo
Good.
implementation or change implementation. Change implementation is to change the code again. If you want to add any additional code later, you can use change implementation, or you can undo implementation to delete the implementation. Okay, it will delete the implementation. Clear? Why it is still here? I think I did not save it. Undo implementation, activate. Yeah, that's about implicit enhancements. Okay, you can implement the same in any function modules, class methods, okay, or programs. Here the difficult thing is you need to find the exact place where you need to create that implementation. Okay, so it's a very important interview question also. How can you find implicit enhancements? So implicit enhancements are available at the end of the program, starting of the subroutine, end of the subroutine, right? Starting of the class methods, class starting and ending of the class methods and function modules. So how to find? Go to edit, enhancement operations, show implicit enhancements. Okay, so enhancements will be available at the beginning and the end of the class methods or function modules or programs, right?
Yes.
So in the next session we'll see explicit enhancement options, how to create explicit enhancement options. Okay,
So excuse me.